For now, though, we got to panic. We got to react. We got to overreact. Max, hit the air raid siren. It's time for Monday Morning Fallout. Monday Morning Fallout, of course. When we overreact to the football weekend, quite a lot to overreact to in Week 10. Let's get to my three big thoughts. Thought number one, down the stretch we come. Just one more week, guys, in the Texas high school football regular season. We will cut pretty much the teams in half this week, a little more than half. Only about, it's like 45% of the teams in the UIL will make the playoffs. But the other 55, they are bidding farewell. And we're going to have complete coverage for you at TexasFootball.com. We're going to have brackets up as soon as we can. The goal is to have brackets up either Saturday night or Sunday morning is the goal. We'll see how well that actually works out, but we're going to try. We're also going to have complete coverage as far as game times and predictions, so you'll want to keep it locked on TexasFootball.com. If you're wondering how to watch the final week of the Texas high school football regular season, I would tell you to watch third and fourth place and fifth place. Don't pay so much attention to the top of the district. That's fun, and it's important, and it matters. But if you want to see what the real shape of the playoffs is going to look like, it's in that second tier. It's down there in the third, fourth, and fifth place. Who gets in, who's bumped out. There are going to be some good teams left on the cutting room floor when the playoff brackets come out. We'll have complete coverage for you at TexasFootball.com all weekend long. Thought number two, choose positivity.
No.
College football was god-awful this weekend for the most part. I choose to be positive.
Sure.
I choose to focus on the UTEP Miners, snapping a 20-game losing streak, getting a win on the road, no less. And, by the way, that game was 34-26. That game was not that close. Not that close. UTEP dominated that game. Congratulations to Dana Dimmel and the Miners on their win. I choose to focus on Texas State. The Bobcats win their second consecutive game. First time they've won two straight since 2014. I choose to be positive about that. I choose to be positive about Baylor. Baylor stuns Oklahoma State late with a Denzel Mims touchdown catch. I choose to focus on that. I choose to focus on the Ben Hicks redemption tour. His best game.
That is a thing that might be happening.
His best game on had at least one stop. His best game on the hilltop for SMU as they upset Houston.
So you can do it twice, but you need to do it once.
I choose to focus on that.
You know what?
I choose to focus on the fact that TCU did not lose.
No,
that's true.
That is a factual statement.
Neither did North Texas.
And you know what? I'm coming around on this, Greg.
Oh, here we go.
I choose to focus on the fact that I am sure your free money picks went down the toilet.
I choose to inform you I went 4-4-1.
That's fine. That's fine.
I went exactly 500.
As long as we're not, we're just trying to chip away.
Well, we didn't. I went 4-4-1.
No, but as long as I don't need you chipping the other way, is what I'm saying.
I went 4-4-1.
I need that gap to start. That gap has stayed where it is.
And you know what? UTEP was a winner for me. Texas State was a winner for me. The teams that normally let me down came through for me.
That's very true.
Very true.
So
choose positivity to share.
No. It's not worth it.
Let me put it. You didn't have to watch TCU Kansas State, so you should.
100% true. I did not.
I did. Not worth being positive about.
Anyway. And thought number three, dilemmas. Specifically, there is one dilemma that is going to that we're going to talk about a lot, and I think it's going to get a lot of ink spilled for it over in Texas high school football. Let's take a look at District 12-6A.
Oh, here we go.
District 12-6A. As you guys may have heard, Hewitt Midway beat Temple. Fabulous, fabulous win for the Panthers. Great win for them. I think that they are legit and a team to keep an eye on there.
Surprising win. I think we all picked Temple.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I was surprised.
Shout out James Fulbright.
Yeah, shout out James Fulbright. I would say I wasn't shocked, but I definitely think that's an upset.
Yeah, not shocked, but that's not how we're leaning.
To go into Wildcat Stadium, I think is impressive. Okay. So now you take a look at the District 12-6A standings. There are three teams that have clinched playoff spots. Midway's in, Temple's in, and Belton is in. We're deciding that fourth playoff spot. If Copperas Cove gets in, then Hewitt Midway would bump up to Division I. Temple would become the number one seed in Division II. If the only other team that can get in is Killeen. If Killeen gets in, Hewitt Midway stays Division II, they would be the number 1 seed in Division II, and Temple would be the number 2 seed in Division II. The number 2 seed in Division II is almost certainly going to have to make a trip to Longview and play the undefeated state-ranked Lobos in round 1 of the playoffs. So you're probably asking, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. What's Copper's Cove got in Week 11? They've got Temple. To put it another way, if Temple wins this game on Friday, they will be the number 2 seed and have to go to Longview. If Temple loses this game on Friday, they will be the number 1 seed and host a team like Mesquite Horn, who's 2-7 at the moment in the first round. This is the dilemma facing Temple and facing Coach Scott Stewart. To me, I think it's pretty clear. You only have agency over yourself. It is a direct relationship you have with your playoff path. I think you play your JV on Friday night. Whew. That's my opinion. I think you play your JV on Friday night. You are only responsible for yourselves. And yes, Killeen will complain. And yes, you'll probably get a call from the UIL. No. And yes, the THSCA will probably not be happy with you. But in Temple, Texas, where to me it is always championship or bust in Temple, you have to give yourself the best opportunity to win a state championship. That means losing this game on Friday night. I welcome your discussion.
Have you no shame, sir?
Again, I don't think I would not if Temple decides to play it straight up and they decide to win and they win this game on Friday night. That's not a bad. There's no good decision that Scott Stewart can make. I do not envy his position, and it's easy for me to sit here and just babble on about what I would do in that situation because it's not my decision to make. That said, after thinking about it over the weekend, I think if you're Temple, I think you play your JV on Friday, and I think you try to you don't put your guys out there and tell them to lose.
We've heard your point and we hate it. Ish, go.
Well, I kind of agree with Max. We were talking about this before the show. I don't know how you can tell your guys. You can look your guys in the face and say, "Boys, we're one of the best teams in the state. We are absolutely a state title contender. Mm-hmm. We're Temple. We should have state title aspirations. But let's run away from Longview.
Yeah,
run away from the big bad top team in the state.
That's part one, and I will add to it. You got to beat them at some point anyway.
Yes.
Do you want a magic carpet ride up until then, or do you want to whip them and then have a magic carpet ride to the state semifinals?
I don't want to play them in Longview.
I get that.
Here's an argument.
I don't want to play them in Longview.
I get it.
And you could also swing it by saying, "Guys, we're already in. No need in you guys getting hurt."
Yep.
No.
I
agree with Max, but I can see
we're
already in the playoffs.
I absolutely 100% see the other side. No question about it. If you want to bring, I don't even think I'd use the word honor, right? But I think if Scott Stewart goes out there and plays his guys and says, you know what, we're going to go out there, we're going to try to win the game, we're going to let the chips fall where they may. You tip your cap, you go, you know what, good for you, that's fine. And there is a chance, by the way, that Copper's Cove gets in if Waco upsets Killeen. There is that out that he can say. That said, Temple to me has an opportunity to make their chances at winning a state championship better, to improve their chances of winning a state championship. And to me, that is the only thing. If it's in your control, you should take control of it.
You know how you improve your chances of winning a state championship? Knock out the team that's got the best chance to beat you in the first round. What was the situation? Joey McGuire at Cedar Hill. They had to play a first-round game. It was like they were 2 top 10 teams a few years ago.
Carroll, maybe?
Maybe Carroll, Cedar Hill and Carroll in the first round, and everyone was like, well, we're going to lose one of the best 6 teams in 6A in the first round. Well, sometimes that's just how the chips fall.
Yeah,
but
Carroll.
if I'm not doing it. I'm not tanking. I'm not doing any of that. I'm saying, look, we did this to ourselves. We lost a game we feel like we should have won, and now we're going to pay for it, and we got to prove to everyone that we can get it done. We're going to go to Longview, and we're going to beat maybe the best team in 682, and then we're going to ride it to the state championship. I'm just firing up the troops. We're doing it. Let's just go. It's throw all the chips on the table, roll the dice. We're not that team. We're not avoiding anyone. We're sending a message right out of the gate.
I think reasonable people can disagree.
Didn't Temple have this thing happen to them a couple years ago when they played Cedar Hill?
It might have. Maybe it was Temple. Maybe it was Cedar Hill Temple. Maybe it was something like that.
Well, no, Cedar Hill did play Carroll. But I want to say Temple also
played
rated like Cedar Hill in
something
the first
like
round.
that. That's
like
fine.
a couple
In
years
any
ago.
case, that's after thinking.
Plus, this is a good point too. Misael makes this point. You tank that game.
Mhm.
Your starters all get a week off.
Mhm.
And what if you then lose to Horn? You might look like the dumbest team in the history of Texas high school football.
But you get a home game.
So?
I'm saying that
you lose to a team who's won 2 games?
I'm saying the chances of that happening at home are probably pretty.
I get that
slim.
they are, but that's in play too. It's a possibility in this situation that game doesn't go as well as you think, and you look even more ridiculous.
Maybe
for skirting around good teams.
Maybe, but I think you play the odds.
Nah, you dig in and you say this is it. We got to go through a wall to get this thing started, and we're going to do it.
Those are my 3 big thoughts.
Dumb thoughts.
Thought number 3: helmet stickers. Helmet sticker for Lamar Consolidated running back Tay McWilliams. 6 carries, 240 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Lamar Consolidated. Tay McWilliams gets a helmet sticker. Helmet sticker for SMU quarterback Ben Hicks.
Welcome back.
He's taken a lot of flack. A lot of it deserved. But on a big stage against a nationally ranked team, he played his best game in an SMU uniform and guided them to an upset win over Houston.
He smiled for the first time in 2 years.
He definitely did. Four touchdowns, no interceptions, more than 300 yards. A helmet sticker for SMU quarterback Ben Hicks, and a helmet sticker for Jewett-Leon quarterback Peyton Pruitt, who threw for 271 yards and 4 touchdowns, added 109 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He gets a helmet sticker. 3 teams to watch. Flower Mound. District champs come from behind to take down Coppell in their own house. Congratulations, Coach Brian Basil and company. They are district champs. Watch out for them. Watch out for Mary Hardin Baylor. In consecutive weeks, they have beaten 2 teams 80-7. That's not combined. Each of the last 2 weeks, they've won their games 80-7.
160-14.
Correct.
If you like.
That is dominance.
Grief.
Keep an eye on the crew, and keep an eye on New Caney. I feel like nobody's really paying attention to what New Caney's doing, but they had 1 loss early on, and they are rolling since then. They're going to win their district. They've already won their district. So keep an eye on New Caney out of District 9-5A Division 1. And 3 to see. Cedar Hill DeSoto, banging weekend Thursday night in DFW here. That's the game to keep an eye on, is Cedar Hill and DeSoto. Texas and Texas Tech. This is a Texas Tech played. Both teams played really well in their losses, if you want to say that. Both had close losses to ranked teams. Mm-hmm. Who bounces back better and can Alan Bowman breathe? That is a thing to keep an eye on. And then New Deal and Sundown. Big time matchup in 2A. Really fired up about this one. This is a game that for a while now we've kind of had circled. When you look at District 2A Division 1, it seems like these two have been on a collision course for a while. Excited for New Deal and Sundown. Those are 3 to see. That is Monday Morning Fallout.